We just wanted to, in a common phrase, call it a sustainable conference center. So we wanted the building itself to be a reason to go.
Design thinking is an approach that helps us to come with ideas that at the same time answer real people needs and give us a chance to reach business goal.
Design thinking, it is very creative, it's very colorful, it's pretty fast, so you don't have to sit down forever. You can also sit down maybe 2-3 hours and get a lot of results.
The move to circular economy will require that many actors in the whole society develop new processes, technologies, and partnerships in order to close the loop towards a more sustainable society. We believe that design thinking is an invaluable tool for those aiming to lead their business in such way.
Design thinking is strongly about all stakeholders and about the context we are working, and the same is with circular economy.
Design thinking is a dynamic process that supports business developers and entrepreneurs in creating innovative business solutions that may not have been apparent beforehand. Within the tourism industry, design thinking can, for example, be applied to develop new business models, new offers, and to identify new customer segments, or to create solutions for increasing circularity by supporting the redesign of current material flow within the business, or to create unexpected solutions and new partnerships.
I was introduced to the cradle-to-cradle theory, and I like that thinking where you see, when we talk about a building, you see the building as a cherry tree. So you don't see any waste in nature. And if you have that picture in mind, we wanted to copy that into our building. So you don't use glue, for example, you only use nails, so you can take everything apart from each other. You can have a building that is meant to be disassembled, and every material are supposed to be reused.
And I also would like to underline the importance in circular economy of design thinking. I mean, it's not just a coincidence that it circulates, it's made that way, it is designed that way, it is prepared all the processes in a way that we don't have waste. So instead of waste, we use these resources in a new way, and we know in advance where to go with them when we have used them the way we wanted to use them.
Design thinking is dynamic because it can use many different tools within its main steps. A very short way to explain such process is Step 1, understanding, Step 2, ideation, Step 3, prototype and test. Step 1 is about understanding the context and phrasing the challenging focus. It's more than having a goal and a mandate. First and foremost, it's about experiencing the challenge and main goals as the users of a product or a service would. For that reason, it is important to observe not only functionality as well as the workarounds that such users have. In addition, an important part of this step is to understand the context and different players involved. This helps to create a map of the many elements involved and how they are interacting. It is common that the required solution is a fix for a perceived issue. This step helps to confirm the client's perception, which often is partial, and to bring in information and clarity for the development of a more functional innovation.
The nice thing with design thinking is that it focuses a lot on visual working. And because you're creating so many visuals with post-its and posters and drawings, it's easy to share. So whatever comes out of the meeting, you can share it with other colleagues, you can share it on your Instagram, you can show the world what you're working on.
When we go out to the restaurant here, we can see that it's all round, and all these sofas around are kind of built around. I think we are our networks, and when we started, it was very important for me to create networks and people who did similar things to us to learn. What we do here is kind of like a little bit new. There used to be farms all around here. Now we do yoga activities, we do music festivals, we do business conferences, we do theaters, we do all kinds of things here that never used to be here. Here we have the mother tree in the middle. This tree here carries the whole foundation, so there's a big log lying on top of this one, and where you see those yellow beads.
Step 2 in the design thinking process is about identifying possibilities and opportunities. A benchmark of already available solutions can serve as a good start. This step starts with divergent thinking, coming up with an abundance of inspiring ideas about how an identified challenge within the business could be addressed and solved. It could include exploring potential synergies with other areas of interest or mapping various actors and possibilities that had not been considered before. After the divergent thinking phase, a convergent process follows, where the ideas are narrowed down to a few options that seem feasible and the most beneficial to the business.
So I think it's about daring to dream big, but I also think that to start small. I usually think like, well, we have a vision and we want to do this place. Well, what can I do now? I mean, to break down the big idea into small ideas.
Step by step, still we do something like idea by idea, you know.
We have a strategy. I think that is a very significant thing, that you have to have a strategy where you want to go.
The third step is then develop and testing the solutions so they can be refined. One can do that by developing simulations or by trying the new solution in a small scale. Such testing creates a cycle of learning and development that improves the solution, thus leading to meaningful and lasting innovation.
Tai yra pirmiausia, kiekviena naujovė reikalauja eksperimentų, reikalauja, kaip sakyti, naujų žinių. Na, yra paprasčiau sunku išradinėti dviratį. Bet jeigu to dviračio nėra, tai mes kaip tie bandomieji, kaip sakyti, esam pirmą pradžiai, ant savo kailio tos dalykus visus bandome patirti. Tai yra pirmas dalykas finansiškai, tai yra daug brangiau.
I think it's important to understand that design thinking is a collaborative process. So it's also sustainable in a way that we use the resources we already have in our company, and by resources we also mean the talents and gifts people have.
It can be a challenge to carry out design thinking for micro or small businesses that experience limitations related to time and budget. These companies may prefer a ready-made solution instead of going through a design thinking process. Many times, however, the results of developing something customized to your specific company and conditions will prove more successful over time and can become part of unique selling points that unlikely would have been identified or reached otherwise.
So the process can be used both ways. For the external purposes, so we want to have new customers, we want to have new services in the market, improve what we already have, but on the other hand, for instance, we want our employees to feel much better in the company. We want our employees to stay longer with us.
You need to involve your staff.
It really invites people to co-create, to think along, to bring their ideas to the table, to embrace new ideas that otherwise would be shoved away from the start.
Here, when they are co-creating the value, they are co-creating the idea, they also are much more keen to get involved into this idea.
Sometimes it can be quite lonely to be a front runner. So look out for other front runners. Even though they are in a different sector, you can still get a lot of knowledge because you want to see things differently. look at different people and try to work with them. Then you get the best results.
Overall, with a dedicated staff team and a skillful facilitator, going through a design thinking process is likely a valuable investment for any company.